What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm gonna tell you guys a wonderful story about how I got caught.
I just wanna fuck with you. I know you want to too. I just wanna fuck with you. I know you want to too.
Got caught doing what? You must be asking. Good. You probably fell for the clickbait. I mean, I did get caught doing something pretty stupidly bad, and it was really stupid on my part, but it's probably not something sexual or disgusting that most people would try to make it seem like. So pretty much I got caught cheating, and it wasn't on a test, right? I do not cheat on tests, okay? But let me give you guys a little bit of background information before we just jump into the story. So I have this teacher, and he's pretty annoying because he's super strict about the stupidest things ever. For example, there's something on my monitor and I'm trying to get it and I can't. Oh, there you go. Got it. So every time you walk into the classroom, if you don't read what's on the smartboard, he's basically gonna call you out, and you're gonna die, kind of like I'm doing now. Like I don't even know what happened there. My sounds are too high. He's really strict for some reason. He's like, he wants everything to be perfect. If he walks into the classroom once the bell rings and he looks at everyone's desks, by the way, this is physics class. Totally forgot to mention. If you don't have exactly what he says out on the smartboard, like if it says, oh, have this and this out, if you don't have that out, you're pretty much screwed. He's gonna walk up to you while the whole class is, most time people are like talking at first, but you know, after getting a little bit settled in, after the bell rings and all that stuff, people eventually start quietening down themselves. I don't freaking know what I'm saying. Wow, I'm really bad at PvP. Oh. Help! They don't know anything. Right, so you already kind of understand what's happening here, right? So usually for that class, we never do anything. We never learn anything. You literally just walk in and you do some homework somehow, and I'm gonna die. This is not fun. And then we just kind of check it during class, and then sometimes we do something special with the whole checking. It's something completely stupid, but I'm sure you understand the gist. You get in the classroom, you have to have your homework out with a red pen because you have to grade it. And he usually doesn't pick up the homework. He only picks up one homework per week. And I've done all of my homeworks except that one day. And I knew he was gonna pick it up because we literally have a test like very soon, and he wouldn't pick the one up that's on Friday if we have a test on Monday because we have to use those homeworks to study them. I know, I do a lot of like analyzing of when my homework is due, but then I still managed to screw myself over. So I knew he was gonna pick it up, so I got to the class really quickly, and I'm like, yo, person that's sitting beside me, you wanna hit me up with, you know, random answers that you got just so that I can have something written down? And as long as you have something written down, he gives you credit, and that's what I was going for. Oh no. I started copying it down, and I started doing my whole dealio, and I kind of was so in the moment that I didn't even realize that the bell had rung. So of course, you know, people are getting settled in and all that stuff, so at first I was pretty much good to go, but then I started hearing people get really quiet, and I was like, yo, what's going on? And I look up, and his face was walking towards me, and I don't think I've ever experienced such a bad, horrible, scary, terrifying, petrifying experience before in my life. Like, you don't understand. I knew he saw me cheating, and it's not even cheating. Like, it's literally just copying down the answers. It's not like I'm I don't know, it's not like I'm cheating on a test, you know, like that's a different thing, you know, that's completely different. So I knew he was coming up to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am about to get humiliated in front of the whole classroom. But at the time, I was kind of like freaking out, and I didn't like think about just trying to go very quickly. Instead, I took out another sheet of paper, and I acted like I was writing down my name because I'm a stupid bitch who doesn't think anything through. So of course I was making really stupid decisions at the time. I was really just mostly freaking out. I had no idea what to do at that moment in time. And of course he walks in, Or no, he doesn't walk in. He literally just walks up to me and he like tries to whisper, but like doesn't actually whisper. It's like kind of very loudly that everyone in the classroom could hear it. And he was like, you're supposed to have a red writing instrument out, not a pencil. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. And like I wasn't even finished writing my name. I literally wrote like 3 letters and I was like, and I started freaking out. You don't understand. I have gone through like near death situations, and I think that this experience was a lot more horrifying than those. Like, I've never done something so stupid before. Actually, I have, but I always get away with it. Of course, then he just walked away. So in my head, I was thinking like, okay, I wonder if he like realized if I was like copying down his answers and all this stuff. And of course, my friend who's sitting beside me is completely like innocent. He did nothing wrong. I was just like, hey, pass me the answers. But then once we started grading the homework, the way we do it is we all have to like write it down on this little whiteboard, and then we all present like a certain amount of questions and all this stuff. It won't make sense, but let's just say that everyone was busy doing their own thing. So because of that, everyone was, you know, just focusing in their own work, and he came up to my table, to my group, and then he pointed to me and to the guy sitting beside me, and he was like, I need you both to follow me. So he goes to the back, and I don't know if your science classrooms have this. No, dang it. I don't know if your science classrooms have this, but whenever there's a science classroom, they all like connect with like a back hallway kind of. It's like where they have all of their like refrigerators or all, I don't know, freaking random sciencey stuff in the back. Right, so he takes us to that back hallway, and I whenever I first stood up, I went up to the guy who was sitting beside me, and I told him, I was like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, I'm just gonna tell him that it was all my fault because, you know, like it was my fault, you know? I was just trying to be a nice person. I was trying to be a nice and honest person. What the heck? So we go into the back, and my teacher kind of like, he looked like really disappointed in us. Like, I don't know why. He literally stood in the corner like with his arms crossed, and he looked down like he was depressed. He was like, it was so freaking sad to look at it. And I was like, what could I have possibly done to make you so upset? Like, what? So he started telling us, he's like, you know, I understand that this sort of stuff happens all the time. It's just that most of the time I don't see it. But this time I happened to catch the both of you. And at this point I'm like freaking out. Like, you don't understand how freaking fast my heart was beating. Like, I told you, I've never experienced something so freaking terrible. Like, compared to near-death experiences, it's still worse than that. Like, it could not have gotten any worse, honestly. Oh my gosh, help. Who am I? What? Did he just steal my kill? What a banana. B-N-A-N-A-N-A. Banana! Ah! I tried. And then he starts telling us, he's like, well, I am supposed to give you, the both of you, a 0. But instead, I am just going to leave it at this. And then he just walked away. And I was like, I was freaking out. You don't understand. I was literally sweating. Like, what? I could not believe what had just happened with my life. Like, I've done things like this before. I do it pretty often, actually. But I've never been caught. Never in my life. Stop shooting me. Stop. Ha. Oh, whoa. You had a little bit more armor. Yeah, I still won. No, please. Thank you. Why is everyone coming down here? Am I really that popular? Come on, guys. Come on. Be nice. No! How did I get out here? What just happened? Anyway, guys, I honestly, I cannot explain in words how horrible of an experience it was. Not only was I terrified, I was embarrassed. Like, when I came back in from the back room, people stared at me, and of course the guy who also came, but he didn't care because we didn't get in trouble, and of course he didn't get like completely confronted by our teacher. But I was freaking out, you know. It's never happened to me before. I can't believe I let that happen to me. I'm actually really stupid, but I guess it has taught me a lesson. If you're gonna copy someone's homework, do it during lunch. Don't know
Sunset high and our bodies low. Blood rush in a hazy glow. My hands, your bones. Loose up, we break the scene. One step deep as you